We are set to go. Ladies and gentlemen, people around the world, welcome to the Weekly Beer Show.
Woo!
What up, Nate? High
What's
five.
going on, Calvin Man? Dan, how you doing, brother?
Pete, welcome. Okay, what's Pete mean?
I don't know. We're going to find out. We might have a special guest. We might not. His name may or may not be Pete.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. I ate a bunch of pecans and the skins are scratching my throat. Not a good way to start the show, but we're here. Welcome to the show, people around the world. If you're just hopping on for the first time, thanks for being here. Who do we have in the room? Damien already here. Nate Seaport. Let me tell you a little bit about what we do here on the show. This is the Weekly Beer Show, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to review beers. We got two delicious ones today, Nate. I'm so excited because of, well, I guess the status quo and the standard of amazing beers. And then we also have a fun and interesting beer we're going to get into. And you might see smoke coming out of our ear like the habanero chip. But then we got some great segments. We're going to be doing some good news. We're going to do some show and tell. I got a what would you rather that you're going to absolutely love. Closing the show out with what are you reading, what are you watching, quote of the week. If this is your first time hopping on, stay ready, be ready, and go get a drink because we're going to have an awesome show. Nate, why don't you tell everybody who is returning what we do?
For those of you who's returning, you know exactly what we do. We review two beers. Yes, 2 beers every single weekend. We get to the scorecard. We got 5 different categories that we touch on. We got taste, accessibility, style, price, and an X factor, all up to a possibility of 25 points. Danny, is today the day we get a true 25 out of 25?
I mean, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the Covenant 25. It's like, well, not like a big setup. It's not that, but we're looking forward to it. Wish you a beer. Yes.
What's up, guys?
Great to see you guys too. Good to see your face. I'm not sure who's controlling it, but welcome to the show. We're excited. Let's go ahead and get started with today's show. Now, Nate, can you go ahead and show that board again?
Show the what?
Oh, the board.
All right.
All right, Pete. Okay, guys, if you've watched my Instagram, you know I've already alluded to the fact that we've got a very special guest for us today. A guy that me and Nate went to college with about 20 years ago. A guy that absolutely loves beer. A guy that we partied with, had a great time, went through the the trials and tribulations of college. Yes. All right. What up, Phil? All right, welcome. And guys, this guy, I'm so happy that we reconnected with him. I haven't spoke to him in a long time, but it's weird because Nate, we talked to him before the show for like 10 minutes, and I felt like we never actually been, disconnected. It's really weird. He's that kind of friend.
Yep.
He's the one that's in the area of the beer we're drinking. Nate, you got anything to say before I bring him in?
Yeah, I mean, he was actually one of my roommates at one point. We're going to talk a little bit about that more, but again, he's a guy that's super passionate about this particular beer that we're going to be sharing today. Overall, just an energetic guy, brings tons of passion. Awesome dude. Super excited to bring him on.
Yeah. Well, me too, Nate. Let's not wait anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, people around the world, please welcome today's guest on the show, Mr. Pete Wright.
Hey.
Yeah. What's up,
What's up, Pete? How you doing, man?
What's up? How you doing, fellas?
All right. Pretty good, man. It looks like, or it sounds like you still haven't lost that accent.
No, God, no. Are you kidding me? Why would I? It's great. That's where the country started, you know?
That's right.
Oh, guys, you're in for a treat, man. If you're watching from around the world, this is not your typical American accent. But welcome, Pete Wright. I love it that you're here. Where are you these days, Pete?
I am about 20 minutes south of Portland, Maine, in Saco.
Cool. Wow. Cool. Portland, Maine. Nate, have you ever been to Maine?
I have not, and I haven't spent a ton of time in New England in general, but one thing that always strikes me as curious is how they pronounce the names of their towns. They never are phonetically pronounced.
What do you mean? Give us an example.
Instead of Gloucester, it's Gloucester. Instead of Tauntaun, it's Totten. So stuff like that. You know, all of these kind of weird names.
Pete, do you care to elaborate on that?
No, other than you do know the Pilgrims landed on Plymouth Rock, so that's where the country started. And if that's how we talk, that's how we talk.
That's how you talk. I like it.
That's how you talk. Forget about it, right? You're here. Let's get right into it. You're in Maine right now. A friend of ours a friend of the show had sent us this beer from Maine. When Nate called you to be on the show, you knew exactly what it is. You were pumped up about it. You seem to enjoy it. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome today's first beer. And this one is a doozy. This is one of the most coveted beers around the nation. And this one comes to us from the state of Maine, and it is the Maine Beer Company. And it is lunchtime.
Oh.
Yeah. Look at that. That is beautiful looking. All
the
right.
bottle. What do you think of the bottle, Danny?
I love it, man. I really love this bottle. It's got a look to it that I feel like it seems to be like an old bottle that you'd find on the beach in the 80s. It's just a really old looking, but it's kind of, we'll get into the design a little bit more, but wow. Pete, do you know about this beer?
Yes, love it. It's actually probably my second favorite beer in the whole entire world. It's phenomenal.
Is it popular in the state of Maine?
Yes. Honestly, you could probably find it in almost any restaurant that you go into that's not a corporate restaurant.
Right.
Very cool. So they've marketed, are they a small brewery?
Yes, they are. A small brewery out of Freeport, Maine, which is about 15, 20 minutes north of Portland.
Cool.
Awesome.
And now, Nate, this is an IPA, right?
It is. It is an IPA. So we'll get into the details in a little bit. This is not a standard New England hazy IPA. I think it's probably more of a cross between a West Coast with a lot of those piney elements, really going to be hop forward. It's not going to be super chewy, decadent, and juicy like a New England hazy, which is kind of the beer that I've transitioned to like a little bit more, is more of the traditional style IPA.
Yeah, this is the traditional style IPA I really like, which I don't know if you remember Pete's Wicked Al. They made an IPA that was really good. But all right, let's go ahead. Nate, what do we do?
Crack it, smell it, taste it.
That's right, buddy. And this is the Travel Man Dan Old School. It's so damn good, says Phil. Oh, nice. All right, so let's go ahead and crack this sucker open. And where did we pay homage to the person that gave us these beers, Nate?
It's my friend from New York. We mentioned him before, Gary, and he sent a care package over with a ton of beer. And the next beer is another friend of mine that's from Brockton, Massachusetts, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But thank you, Gary. Very much appreciated. Super excited to try this beer.
Yeah, this is this is a very, very good smell coming out of the bottle right away. I can taste it.
Ooh.
I can tell that this is going to be your traditional IPA. Pete, are you familiar with the proper IPA drinking glass?
Yes, I am. But once again, I am a savage from Mass, so I just drink it straight out of the bottle.
Hey,
I love it. I love it. No, I'm definitely a savage from Buffalo, but for the show purposes, we're definitely going to go ahead and pour it. But this is the No Nick, the IPA, recommended glass. But here we go. Cheers, guys. Let's go ahead and pour the sucker out. Oh, yeah.
There we go. Wow, look at that color. There's a bit of haze, almost like an unfilteredness in a way, Danny.
A little bit, yeah. I'm getting the perfect amount of head going on. Ain't that right?
Whoa.
You get the giggle.
This is PG-13, buddy.
Yeah. All right, that's a beautiful looking IPA right there. It's got some great color, like Nate said. It's got that vortex down, that triangle of weird darkness that goes on that I always talk about. Really nice looking pour. Pete, let's go ahead and taste this sucker out. Pete's accent is making me homesick. I love it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Pete. Welcome to the show. Super, man. Awesome seeing you again.
Thank you. Love seeing you guys.
We're still in school, man. I appreciate it. All right.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Is that good?
What I love, it's so smooth. And like you said, Nate, it doesn't have that hoppy IPA flavor. It's actually, but once it goes down smooth, it's really good. And it will give you a buzz like an IPA at 7%.
7%. Yeah, dude, this beer is, I mean, that hits the spot. That's exactly what I like in a beer.
Yeah, this is
I'm smiling like an idiot.
This beer right here, I'm going to tell you guys, we've done a lot of IPAs on this show, and this doesn't include them all, but each one seems to blend and is very similar to one another, especially when you get in that hazy element. It's very citric and hoppy. This beer stands alone. I mean, this thing is like something else. It has got delicious flavor. I don't know if it's the way that I had the ice on the bottle, but something about it is just fantastic. Unbelievable first sip. So delicious. So like Pete was saying, so smooth, right? The bitterness doesn't whack you like you just had a skunk run over. It really is something smooth and light, but a nice flavor. Murph.
Hey, Mom. Pete, that's my mom.
You got to give her jazz hands. All right. So beautiful. Nate, what do you think of this beer, your first sip?
So obviously its reputation is something that I've been fascinated with. Us being in the Southwest in the country, or Danny in the West Coast, we don't have the opportunity to get this beer. I mean, it is out here a little bit, but I have been waiting to try this beer because it's exactly the style that I like. And that first taste knocks it out of the park. I mean, it is clean, refreshing, crisp. You want to drink this on a hot summer day. I'll drink it any day of the year. I don't care. I'll drink 2, 3, 4 of them. This is what craft beer is supposed to be.
100%. If you guys know anything about the story, this guy was actually on a trip in the Everglades and joked around with his dad that he was gonna, he wanted to maybe make beer, but he was afraid he'd drink all the profits. But I will say the brewery is really, really cool. Great vibe. And I'll be honest with you, I go there. It's in Freeport, home of LL Bean.
Yep.
So a lot of shopping malls, but I mean, outlets. A lot of people go there and just for the tasting room and stuff. They have a lot of heat warmers and stuff like that. Yes, it's very good for the summer, but it's really good for the winter too.
Yeah. I feel warm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will say, after you have 2 or 3, you're gonna feel a little buzzed at 7%.
Oh yeah. And we're gonna show. I got some pictures. I've got some stuff. We're gonna go through their website. We're gonna talk about their story some more. But first impressions, amazing.
Yeah. I'm really amazing at the fact
Hi,
that.
Martin.
Hey, Martin. The fact that duck boots, and the fact that we've done so many IPAs and I can distinguish the flavor off of after so many is really a testament to how quality of a beer this is. The beer's flavors are coming back to me now, hearing you guys describe it.
Yeah, are you guys getting a bit of grapefruit in there?
Nah.
No, like pith. You know what I mean? Like a little bit of that bitterness on, not the juice of the grapefruit, more of the pith of the grapefruit.
I guess, yeah, for like a slight second, you're getting a little bit of it, but it's really just the hint of it. It's not that bad at all.
Yeah, it's underlying,
Now that you
like the little label here, I love this. Man, we'll talk about that. I love it.
Now that you said grapefruit, I taste nothing but it. No, it's just but great beer. Hopefully we'll get there. If not this year, for sure next spring. But let's get into our guest here, Pete Wright. Welcome to the show, my man. So tell us, Pete, who are you? What do you do? What are you doing in Maine?
I'm actually from Situate, Mass. Went down to college in North Carolina, played a little golf. That's how I met you fucking guys, which was some of the best time of my life, I was supposed to stay there 4 years. I ended up staying 6 years, got 2 degrees and a minor. That had a little to do with my drinking problem. But I had a lot of fun. I wouldn't change anything because it was the best experience with all of our friends that we met. And I want to touch on what you guys said. When we just started talking right before our show, I felt like I've been talking to you guys ever since, because that's how our friendship is. You know what I mean? Yep. it didn't feel weird or anything. It felt like, hey, I just talked to you last week or yesterday or an hour ago, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I loved about going down to North Carolina. Then in 2006, I wanted to move back home to the Northeast. I love North Carolina, but I just wanted to get back home. So I decided to move to Maine because I got a lot of relatives, uncles, aunts, cousins that live in the Old Orchard Beach area next town over. So I moved up here, running some restaurants. And then back in 2016, I had 3 high school friends that started a medical marijuana business. And,
Nice.
yeah. So,
all right. I got a Klugen right here. Let's do it, man.
So one of my brother's best friends had started out, wanted a partner, you know, somebody to work with, and just been doing it with him. And then our other buddy, Morgan Stoner, he opened up this place called Stoner.
Hold on a minute. His name is Stoner?
His last name is Stoner, which is awesome. I went to high school with this kid, junior high, grade below me. And I was really good friends with his brother, Hobie Stoner. So, you know, they work together. Yeah, it's crazy. He ended up being
Stoner, dude. That's like out of a movie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hobie Stoner.
Oh, 100%.
What a great name.
All right. And Morgan Stoner. Yes, definitely. So anyway, they were doing it, and then they ventured off to get Stoner Co., which is absolutely phenomenal. And we sell some of our product to them, me and my buddy Mike, and we are children of the soil. So go figure. You guys know me. I went to college, got 2 degrees, but let's be honest, I really studied in marijuana and drinking. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny that I literally are in the marijuana business, and it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me, because obviously now that's legal and stuff like that. You know, we do everything by hand, me and my buddy, a lot of hands-on, high-end stuff. So it's just, I couldn't have asked for a better place to live, work, and everything like that. And Maine is just giving me all those, you know, features of my life. I'm also just an hour and a half north of my brother, my parents in Boston, so that's good.
Hey,
yay!
Yay!
So Maine is just, it's really beautiful. I am 5 minutes away from the beach. After I leave this show, I'm actually going to go do some day drinking at some beach bars down by the beach. I am 45 minutes away from some lakes. There are 5,785 lakes in the state of Maine.
Whoa!
I am also an hour and a half away from some mountains. I'm 2 hours and a half away from Sugarloaf, which is actually one of the largest mountains to ski on the eastern coast. So I pretty much have everything you need. And then 3.5, 4 hours north is Acadia National Park, Bar Harbor, which the sun sets on that mountain, Cadillac Mountain, the first place in the United States the sun hits.
Wow. Yeah, no, I've heard that before. I hear that one a lot, and I hear the best part about Maine is there's no Californians.
Yeah, that too.
That's just I hear.
Yeah, so that's pretty much my story and stuff, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I'm in the best spots in my entire life with pretty much every aspect of my life.
That's great to hear, man.
That's what we're talking about. That's, you know, we're a beer review show, but you know, the main principle of my show and who I am is just about like what you just said, being in a good spot, being optimistic, being positive, and I love to hear that. I absolutely love that you're in the best spot of your life, Pete. And so glad to reconnect. I want to go back on a couple of things. First of all, Nick Bonacore popped on the show, my guys. What up, Bones? I want to definitely give a shout out to you and the Reformed Sports Parents. We got to get you on the show. I've been talking about this for almost 3 years. We got to get you on there. But Pete, let's go back a little bit to, you know, you're clipping weed or doing something. So you actually like sell weed, like product, like the plant that you smoke and stuff.
Yeah, we started out from a seed or clones. I transfer it to 1 gallon pots to 5-gallon pots to 15-gallon pots. I literally am planting plants. That's what I do. Yes. And then we get in there, we defan it, we trim it, cut it, do everything. We do everything by hand. We do organic stuff. So it's really, really cool. We take a lot of pride in what we do. And I've learned a lot from my buddy Mike. That's actually, I call him a fucking mad scientist. He's absolutely amazing.
You know, one of the things about like beer and you can throw weed in that category. You can definitely throw wine in there. Is it's a different type of chemistry. And when you meet people like you're referencing your friend Mike, these guys are really, really friggin' smart in general. And then like there's no poo-pooing just because they're not into nuclear physics or aeronautics or something like this. That's more of a noble, well-known profession. Beer, wine, and weed are just as, important in terms of the sciences. And when you have somebody like your friend Mike that you referenced, man, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yes, 100%. And I will say he's one of the smartest people I've ever met. And about 3 or 4 years ago, we actually won the Cannabis Cup, which is called the High 95 Cup, based out of Maine. And yes,
nice.
Really nice. Really nice. And then my buddy Morgan Stoner, he won a couple years ago too, a different year. So that's absolutely incredible. And Mike Trowbridge and Morgan Stoner, they started this together like 8 years ago. So we got the same formula, and those guys are just absolutely incredible. And then I was able to they were able to give me an opportunity. So that's what I'm doing now, working with Mike, and it's phenomenal.
I think I just got an awesome shirt. What do you guys think? My buddy Morgan Stoner. Boom. There you go.
I like that.
That's a great idea. But I love it, Pete. And just to go back and on that kind of thing, I love that you guys are motivated. You found what you were, good at. And, the thing is with the science of plants, more than alcohol in general, these things are living. You can actually kill them. And and then you have to start all over and stuff like that. So it's a different type of science. I love that you're doing this. I don't smoke. I don't get high anymore. Probably been a long time, 15, 16 years. I sampled it, but I'm glad to hear, man. I'm glad to hear you're doing well and happy. Nate,
Thank you.
Yeah. Have you been to Maine before, Nate? Have you been there and
No, I have not been to Maine. It's a place that's bucket list kind of thing. But I don't know. I've been talking with Pete about it, and I think that maybe considering the per capita amount of bars and breweries that they have in Maine, I think it's a good spot that we should probably go check out and maybe do a couple of live shows from that city.
Yeah, and then Pete, I would like to just kind of invite myself to your little weed operation and do it, and break it down and show people what goes on.
Yeah, we're we really, with sanitation, we can't do anything like that. Okay. But I'm pretty sure you might be able to might be able to talk to my buddy Stoner Co. and, maybe do something at his dispensary. That's a little different because it's, he's got like a store and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's anything.
But as far as our operation, honestly, it's just been me and my buddy that's been in the last 6 or 7 years. And we're clean. Like, we change before we go into the flower rooms. Once we go in there, we don't mess around. It's literally, it's a very sanitary, as far as operation, because we don't want to mess around with the product. Like you said, it's a living, breathing thing, but we're giving it to people. We don't want to get them sick, and we want to have the finest product we possibly can produce.
I love it. I freaking love it. I love it. One of the things that I definitely want to talk about is, okay, so the weed scene, you're in it, you're plugged in, and I'll be sure to go ahead in the description and put all Pete's links so that if you wanted to go ahead and purchase some weed, or if you're in Maine, you can check out Stoner.
Stoner Co.
Stoner Co. So, you got a little hoodie action?
Yeah.
Nate, let's go. Let's bring that up. Oh, cool.
Hey, that's the website, and then this is the hoodie.
Stoner and Company. I love it.
Yep.
There you go.
And
very cool.
And they do have a website. And
can you bring the website up again, Nate?
Absolutely.
And it's it's absolutely, the product is second to none. Literally, you can go on there, you can order it, go They'll have it at the door for you, waiting for it, and it's in Biddeford, Maine, which is the next town over.
Awesome.
When you
What's
smoke,
going on here? A little terror
what
action?
What is that? Tell us what's going on here.
Just the different kinds, you know what I mean, of like tinctures, weed, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Can you scroll over that, Nate? I saw one of the cards flip over.
I'm scrolling over. It's not.
Oh,
yeah, it's probably tough to get at, but if you get into the way, you'll be able to get.
There you go.
Is that you, Pete?
No, I wish it was. I wish it was.
A handsome dude, pretty lady.
Actually, if you go in a picture, they'll show you the different kinds of weed. If you click on the buds, all products. No, flower. Sorry.
Flower. There we go.
Yes,
okay.
that's it.
All right.
There.
Cool.
Whoa.
Then if
right.
you lift that up.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Go to the different kinds.
Alien Kush.
Look at that. Look how detailed it gets. That's really cool.
Oh yeah, you see the trichomes on that thing?
Are those the little like buds coming off it? Okay.
No, the white stuff, that's the trichomes. That's the stuff that's the stuff getting you high.
Okay.
Really?
Look at that, dude. Look at that thing.
We may have some product right there because this is his. He only sells our product and his product there at this thing, so we're pretty fortunate of it. But I'm trying to get to it. Go down.
Well, I hit pre-roll, so let me get out of that. Sorry.
I mean, I remember sorting out seeds on a Frisbee.
Yeah, it's cool, man. That's really cool. What about sections? What's going on here? Oh, whoa. There we go. Cookies and cream bites.
Yep.
Nice. I like how your product looks like high end, or like you guys you have something very similar to lunch going on, where it's like, I don't know, your product just looks very clean, very distinguished, man. And it's a nice look, man.
Yeah, I will say Morgan is the owner. He's done a great job. He's very creative. He's very business orientated, but I will say he treats his employees absolutely incredible. I was just lucky enough to work with Mike, and he's one of my friends. So we don't actually work at this dispensary, but our stuff goes there.
Right.
And I recommend this to anybody. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's first class. As long as you got a Maine medical card, it's all legit, and you won't find better prices or product anywhere in the state of Maine. You really won't.
That's cool, man.
That is cool. You know what's funny, Nate, is like Pete in Maine is talking about like medical cards and like you got to have this and that. And whereas here in California and in Nevada, there's 24-hour shops. Anybody could just walk in. You got to be 18.
No, yeah, there's some of those too.
Okay.
In Maine that you don't need your card, but we do the medical part.
Oh, okay. So there is still two.
Yes. It's legal. It's all legal.
Oh, okay.
In Maine. Like you can go to dispensaries and stuff like that. But if you have a medical card, you're going to get a cheaper price. And I'm going to say this, our stuff's better than the recreational. Like it just is.
Yeah.
Oh, I looked at it.
Is there a particular level of quality that needs to be, is there a gate, right? Like, is there testing to make sure that the quality that's used in dispensaries is at a certain level?
Yes.
Okay.
And we get all of our stuff tested. All of it.
Awesome.
All of it tested. So it's
look, I love this quick little blurb catching up with you and learning about marijuana, learning about what you're doing. Most important to me is that you're happy and that you're enjoying life. And I love to hear that. So that's awesome, Pete. If you're just hopping on the show, we have Pete right here, a friend of ours from college. This is what we're drinking. It is called a Lunch Beer, and it is Lunch IPA from Maine Beer Company. It's freaking amazing. I mean, let's go back in and talk about this, guys. It's just, I mean, full throttle IPA. This is what you want. This is like, if you want that weed beer, possibly, I don't know.
Is that
maybe in the future? Maybe in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I people talk about it, right? I don't know how that would go over with me, but that would be interesting to try something like that.
You know what?
There is some out there, but it's far between.
My friend, he makes this stuff called vodka, and it basically he just takes a giant. If you never had it before, it's from Hawaii. It's called Ocean Vodka, and he takes a big giant Ocean Vodka and stuffs like an eighth of weed in there, and the vodka turns black, and it just smells like weed, and he loves it.
Well, the one thing about the brewing of a beer, which of course the 4 ingredients are water, yeast, and you need to have the hops, right? So, and hops are in the same family, from what I understand, or very close to the same family as cannabis. So even when you look at the actual plant itself, they kind of have that cone shape.
Yeah.
And so they're very similar. And so there's kind of a natural connection there between the two.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, I'm really, guys, this lunch is just phenomenal. It reminds me of like late 90s IPA, before IPAs were actually a thing. Back in the days when people like IPA, ugh, that's gross. It's bitter. Like, good. I'm glad you don't like it. More for me. You know what I mean? I made I don't know about you, Pete, but I made this jump a couple years ago when I stopped offering people a taste of something great. All right. You don't like the taste of IPA? Fine. Sit in your Coors Light. I don't care. Like, that's fine. Not
yeah.
to be,
100%. This has more flavor, and you can drink 3 of these, or you can drink 15 Coors Light.
Exactly. So you got 3 of these, dude. You're good for the day, for the afternoon. This is perfect beer. I like that it's 7%. It's not too boozy. I'm not picking up a ton of booze on the palate, right? And so it doesn't taste like a 7% beer. It tastes like a 5% beer, just done very well. And you can tell the quality of ingredients are up there.
Absolutely. 100%. I will say, like, I don't think I've tasted a beer this smooth that gets you this buzzed, gives you a nice little kick. Like, it doesn't feel like, sometimes you're like, going down. Not at all with this. Absolutely not at all.
Not at all, man. Very, very nice, smooth. The bitterness is perfect, and you can feel the intoxication coming on. Like, that's the nice part about IPAs. You get that weird, that cheeky feeling. I don't know if you get it. I get these things back here. They get like real weird. I don't know what it is, but very good beer. This is lunch, and it has lived up to the hype, guys. I got to say that.
Really.
A couple of things I want to go through. Nate said he was from, Pete said he was from Massachusetts. So how do you feel about the Golden State Warriors capturing the crown? Okay. I got to bring that up.
It's absolutely fucking horrible. I don't want to talk about it. That's it. We lost. It's horrible. Seriously. I hope fucking Steph Curry fucking chokes on his mouthpiece.
Whoa! Nice.
Well, you got to bring it up. I'm definitely a jock, so I got ahead to bring it up. I was actually, for the first time in my life, I can't believe I was doing this. I was rooting for something Boston to win. I wanted them to win. I love your center, that Williams, the guy with the dreads.
Yep.
Yeah,
he's absolutely awesome. I think we do. But to be honest with you, Danny, you guys haven't really had anything to root for since Jim Kelly. So
it seems like the Bills, for a lot of people, are the number 1 team in the NFL right now. But they need to win, right?
Yes, they do. I love Buffalo. I love Buffalo. I really do. I think they have a chance. I really do. But I think it's their time. Should have get off the pot. They need to win.
Should have get off the pot. You know what? I'm keeping it really quiet. I've been following the Bills. They're coming here to Los Angeles to open up the season. I got tickets to the game. Unfortunately, I'm giving them up, and I'm going to Vietnam. I just want to go back out and travel. So I'll be back for the game too. But man. What's that?
You like Vietnamese?
You like Vietnamese coffee? what the fuck is going on? All right, so you guys suck. You lost. Go Clippers. Let's move on to the next thing. Happy Father's Day. If you didn't pull out and you got a little guy running around, there it is. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, Nate. Happy Father's Day, Nate.
Yeah, good old Nate. He was the first of the lost ones to make it. So Pete, it's up to me and you, brother.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. That's about
Yeah.
the best I can give you about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
If you really look at a chunk of your friends, you had the friends that got married and had kids right away. Then you had some ones that were a surprise and kind of did it in the middle like you're supposed to. And then you had us.
Oh, 100%. Definitely had us. And then you had
Yeah.
Nate that actually felt like he had to, but I don't know if him reproducing was actually a really good thing.
It was a terrible idea. It was a terrible idea.
Actually, I haven't met your wife, but I bet you she's an incredible woman. She's got to be a patient woman to deal with you. But
Sure.
Yeah.
if your kid's more like your wife, I think you're golden.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Yeah, they're both great. Cindy's amazing. Anderson's awesome. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But for Nate and all you other fathers out there, happy Father's Day for the Weekly Beer Show. I hope that you had a good time, or treat your father right. Get him a 6-pack at least. If you haven't already,
lunch, you
get him lunch if you can. If you're in Maine, get him lunch. If you get a chance, hop on over to our friend Dave Zalatoris over at Beer in Front and listen to his Father's Day episode where Nate and I are talking about the beers that my dad and our dads drank. Nate, do you got a quick picture of Dave Z up there?
I did not do that, Danny. I'm sorry. I meant to do it, but I did not get it. The next episode we've shown Dave Beer in Front on here before, but you can search for him on Twitter. Trying to think where else he is. Is he on Instagram, Danny?
He's on podcast, Podbean, Instagram. Yeah, Beer in Front. Yeah. So check him out. He's got a bunch of people that he's had on the show over the last couple of years talking about the father beer, right? Pete, did your father drink a specific beer? Do you know what that is?
No, didn't really drink too much beers, but he drank Cape Cod and vodka and cranberries. That was just not many beers. Not many beers.
A liquor man. Yeah. You're a mother, man. Your poor mom, right? Liquor's a different beast.
Yeah, well, she drank Bacardi and Coke, so I think it offset with each other.
Bacardi and Coke.
Yeah, seriously. My family really wasn't many beer drinkers, but I definitely made up for that when I was in college.
I mean, it's funny. I just read an article about the greatest Bacardi and Coke, or the greatest rum and Coke drink ever. And they get, I forget the name of the rum or the vodka, or what are you putting in? I don't even know. Rum and Coke. I don't know. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on right now.
Me neither.
Vodka.
You guys just gave me flashbacks when we used to smoke bones. Everybody go in a different direction.
Well, happy Father's Day. I'm going to be safe this Father's Day because I did one thing, and I want to know your guys' opinion on this. All right. Thursday night, I wanted to go ahead and I meal prep on Sunday, so I got to have the chicken thawed out. So I got a bunch of chicken breasts, probably about 5 or 6 of them all in a pack. They're in the package. They're sealed up. Thursday night, they're frozen. I take them out and I put them in, a pan and let them thaw naturally overnight. I put them in the fridge in the morning. They're ready to be prepped on Sunday. I forgot about them, so I didn't come home until Friday evening around 6 o'clock.
Right.
And so they've been sitting out there for almost 21 hours. What do you guys think? Do I put it back in the fridge? Do I cook
Absolutely not, unless you want to have the biggest shits of your entire life. You absolutely do not. You throw those out.
Dude. When it comes to poultry, do not screw around with it, man.
Do not mess around with it. You could take a chance, but I think you'll be doing next week's show from the toilet.
Well, here's the thing, guys. I had it in the fridge for a few hours, and then around 11:30 last night, I got on the fucking internet, right? I found one guy that says it's okay. Everybody else.
One guy? Yeah,
who's
that guy?
Seriously. That guy is a weirdo.
He was a pathologist with foodborne disease talking about this. Well, when I kept seeing the one word that really, I was like, all right, it's going to the trash. And that one word was salmonella. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll take the loss, $20, So I had to throw out 20 hours with the chicken. I feel really bad about it. But what would you guys have done?
Well, first of all, I don't know why you're taking it out. So if you want to thaw it out, take it from the freezer. And if you have 24 hours to do it, just put it in the fridge. It'll thaw out.
Yes, it will. Just put it on a plate in the fridge. Definitely.
Yep.
100%.
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate you pointing out what I didn't do.
Yes. You can always quick thaw it too. I know some of these restaurants don't want me to say this, but there are quick thaw options where you just run it under cold water for about an hour.
Yep.
And it does happen. As long as the temperature doesn't drop below for 4 hours, serve safe. One of the things I did learn in college that actually stayed with me is that the temperatures, which I didn't really keep much knowledge from college, but you know what I mean? That's okay.
Knowledge from college. That rhymes.
Knowledge, yes. College knowledge. Actually, Nate, the slogan is college knowledge. But, you know, but so you guys are on board with me throwing it away. You would have done the same?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I think I would have been all right. But then they were talking about, is it green or slimy? I don't know.
Slimy.
Hey, if you do that next time, do us a favor. Eat the chicken and then call us so we can see how and tell you we told you so.
Exactly.
Well, I thought about, you know, the squirts all day on Saturday and Sunday. And that was initially what brought me to say, you know what, that's enough. I don't want it. Throw it out. But, guys, I will bring up the next thing is good news, guys. And let me go ahead and bring up the good news for today. It's a fascinating story. I'm going to bring it up, and here it is. The good news comes to us from Houston, Texas. Boom. I know, it looks like Los Angeles. But Houston, the fourth most populated city in the country, has reduced its rate of homelessness over the last decade by 63%.
Wow.
Far and away the best performing major city during that time. It has achieved this fantastic and sustained results with housing first approach that focuses on getting homeless people into one-bedroom apartments as fast as possible and worrying about things like jobs, drug addiction, mental health issues, and more later. The logic, as elaborated by Michael Killiman, said that if somebody's already drowning, it doesn't help to teach them how to swim first. He's got a good point. All right, here's the thing. From 2007 to 2020, a national survey recorded a 31.6% drop in homelessness statewide, largely driven by Houston's success, especially considering the rise in homelessness in Austin. The goal I have set is, in a sense, to zero homelessness in the city by the end of next year, says the mayor, Sylvester Turner. I love that. So guys, that to me really hits home, and I think this is great news because when we look at cities all across America, especially the warmer cities, my city, Los Angeles, that I live in now, is absolutely just filled. Maybe 160 to 170,000 homeless people. There is a tent city in the friggin' medians. Anywhere you go, Hollywood, just forget it. It's just all over the place. San Fernando Valley. So I like to see that somebody's actually doing something. And the mayor of Houston is actually putting these people into homes, giving them their life back. Because not everybody is mentally ill. Not everybody is just down on their luck where they're just insane. Some people some people are just, you know, they fell on hard times. Yep. And I think majority of them are that earlier part that I mentioned. But let's take care of the problem by giving them their self-respect back. You give them a place to live where they can enjoy themselves and come home at the end of the night. And then let's go ahead and talk about the drug addiction, the jobs, and that kind of thing. I like what they're doing in Houston. Now, here's the thing, though, too, Nate, Pete. Like, I'm also a realist about that. People have to pay for that. This stuff costs money. So whatever they're doing, hopefully other cities will follow suit because the entire West Coast, I'd say from Arizona, definitely California, Oregon, Washington, it's an absolute disaster. The cities have changed drastically in the last 8 to 10 years, like where there's homeless people everywhere. And Pete, I don't know if there's a lot of that in Maine, but what do you think, guys? But that's today's good news.
Yeah, there are definitely some, but they're not living out on the streets because you really can't 8 months out of the year in the state of Maine or New England. You freeze to death. But it is a problem that needs to be addressed throughout our country, definitely.
Yeah, but glad to see that somebody's doing something about it.
Yeah,
so congrats
absolutely.
to the 25,000 homeless people in Houston, Texas that have now a place to live. That's awesome. Cheers to that. I'll definitely drink to that.
That's real progress right there. You know?
Yeah, because we always talk about it. It's a big game to talk about it, but to see it actually being done is another thing. And I don't care if you're a liberal or a right wing or a conservative or just a regular Democrat or a Republican. Let's just help people. Let's be better as a nation. Moving on, show and tell time. Pete already showed us. I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of preview. I don't know how you feel about this. You guys may have seen my episodes. If you haven't, I'll throw them up there right now on the Travel Man Dan channel for Cereal Madness. Did you guys know that Fruit Loops now has marshmallows? That's today's show and tell. Check that out. Have you guys tried this cereal?
No.
No. Nate is never a fan of cereal. But if you haven't,
cereal.
why?
Why? Do you really need to know the why?
So good, dude. Pete, do you like cereal?
I love cereal. Absolutely love it.
Have you tried Fruit Loops with marshmallows? Look at these.
No, but I will say, Dan, mine and your metabolism, and probably because we go to the gym, we're able to eat cereal. Nate, on the other hand, as you know, can kind of get a little chunky at times. So
especially with this.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, but Nate keeps it well, dude. He keeps his figure well. He doesn't work out. He won't eat for 3 days, but he holds his figure.
He does.
I look. There's 8 essential vitamins and minerals.
Come on.
Yeah, I will say I'm on a strict diet now. Dan, I don't eat that kind of cereal. I will say, maybe back in the day when I was smoking blunts and joints back at school, I'd probably eat the whole fucking box in one sitting. But not now.
I'd pour a main lunch on it and eat it back then.
Yes, I would actually eat all the marshmallows first, and then I'd go back and eat the cereal.
Oh, that is a good strategy. That's a good strategy. I mean, I really like these types of cereals. They never grow old for me. I love the boxes in the back. Now they got the QR code for the kids. That's a little weird, right? But back in the day, we used to just read the box. Now kids are like this. I'll just scan the box and then read my phone.
If I ever did that when I was a kid, my dad would have took the phone, threw it across the room, and then fucking smacked me. Seriously.
We could use a little more of that.
Yes, 100%. I don't think any kid should have a phone until they're at least between 12 and 14.
Yeah, they're walking around 6 years old with a phone.
It's pathetic. You need to be outside, going to play in the playground. Like you said, do some outdoor stuff.
Right. But you know what it is? It's a babysitter for parents, and that's the real issue. It's not the child. It's the parent.
I agree.
Yeah. A little more smacking. Not so much, everyone is understanding that we got smacked in the face. We grew up in the 80s, you know what I mean? Or, but a couple whacks on the butt. Nothing wrong with that, I guess, right?
Oh, 100%. Are you kidding me? My dad used to make sure I pulled down my pants and slap me. And say there was a bunch of people at the house, I'd have to pull down my pants, lay over his knee. And sometimes he wouldn't even slap me, but it would be embarrassing.
Yeah, dude, I did this. I used to have to count them out. They say so it would be like 1 to 10. I'd have to count them, and it would be like, do you remember Bolt? Remember the thing with the little bolo bat? Remember that?
Yes.
That's what I used to get cracked with.
Yep. But I actually thought it was more humiliating when my dad would act like he's gonna slap me with my pants down, but never did. I was like, dude, just slap me to get it over with. I'm embarrassed with all the people at the house.
Right. Yeah, it was traumatizing.
I love it, guys. We are enjoying this one. If you're just hopping on, guys, this is from the main beer company. It's called Lunch. I love this. We're gonna get into the bottle. Let's go ahead and whack this down and give it a score. What do you say, Nate?
Are we gonna do a brewery tour, Danny?
Absolutely. Let's go on a brewery tour.
All right. So, guys, we got Maine Beer Company here. You can check out their website. They do a really good job with their website. I'd like to get into that in a little bit. They have a story to tell. Pete hit on it a little bit, but I want to talk about it some more because I think the culture that they're providing in their area, I think, is a really big deal, and it should be something that we talk about. They do have representation on Instagram and Twitter. You can see and yesterday I talked with Pete. I thought they were from Portland, Maine. They're actually from Freeport, which is just around the corner. You can see Maine is the most northeast state in New England and the United States. Beautiful country up there, pretty large state. What Pete told me is you can actually take the rest of the 6 states of New England, and they can all fit within the same square mileage of Maine, which is quite interesting.
Wow. It's that big, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
So right here is what we're drinking. Today's beer is Lunch. It is an IPA. This is kind of more of a West Coast IPA than it would be in New England, in my opinion. The Untapped ratings, this is something we should really take a look at. 206,000 check-ins from a small brewery in Freeport, Maine is an outstanding number. And the score of 4.18 is exceptionally high. And I believe that after drinking this, it deserves those accolades. Lunch. Just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more about this. Lunch is a special whale. This story is kind of cool. Lunch is a special whale that has been spotted off the Maine coast since 1982. She has what looks like a bite taken out of her fin, which adds to her unique character. We dedicate this beer to her determination and persistence. Keep on swimming. The flavor profile, and I'm going to ask you guys if you believe that this is true or if you're picking up these flavors on your palate, aromas of orange, grapefruit, lemon, pine. There's a little bit of herbal undertones, tropical notes of guava and papaya with subtle caramel and malt sweetness. I'm not getting caramel. I am picking up a sweetness from the malt, but I'm definitely getting the grapefruit. I said it at the drop. What about you guys? Danny, what do you think? Are you picking up orange, grapefruit, the citrus kind of end of this?
I do on the back end of the sip. It's not something that's really prominent coming through. On the front end of the sip, I'm definitely tasting like a light, clear bitterness. But on the back end, I do start to bring in some of those citric flavors. Most predominantly with my flavor taste buds is the orange. I taste a little bit of the orange, yeah.
What about you, Pete?
I would say Danny just hit the nail on the head for me, exactly what he said. That's exactly the way that I would say it.
Yeah, and I like that they have this on their website. Their website, in my opinion, is exceptional. You can tell they put a lot of time into that. They put a lot of resources into it. We'll check that out in a bit. Here's their, one of their tasting rooms. I just like the style, the look of this. It looks very New England to me. You can see the solar panels. They're obviously, probably looking for green energy. That looks like an inviting place. I want to walk through those doors and drink a lunch.
It's absolutely phenomenal. And if you look over to the right where that where the white fence is,
yep.
Underneath that, those are heaters right there from the little roof where you can kind of see. And then there's benches right there, like picnic tables, people sit. And over to the right, there's a couple fireplaces. It's a really cool vibe. And you can actually go there when it's 30, 35 degrees outside and sit outside if you don't want to be inside. But I'm saying the whole place is really, really cool. It's my second favorite, brewery in the state of Maine. It's such a cool vibe. It's an open vibe. They have an upstairs, downstairs, and they do have a light menu, snacking menu, but you can sit there and taste beer all day if you want. It's cool. Phenomenal.
I love the style, man. That right there is very inviting to me. Danny, would you like to check it out?
Absolutely, man. I want to ask Pete 2 questions. Like, being from Buffalo, I'm no stranger to snow, but how much does it snow, and how much, like, you know how there's like snow and it's cold and whatever, but then there's snow where you can't really do much. How much of that goes on in Maine?
3 to 4 times a year. Like, you're not, like, unless you have a truck, you probably shouldn't leave your house for at least a day. Like, it's not uncommon to get 28 inches, 3 feet of snow, 30 inches within a 24-hour period.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just not.
And so let me ask you, what's, and I know this is kind of weird because as I look into locations to relocate over the next couple of years, just California is great. I'm here. I love the movie business, but the crime and everything. What's it like in Maine? Is it bad? Is it okay?
It's not bad at all. And honestly, it's my favorite place to live 4 months out of the year, all year round, but 4 months out of the year, it's absolutely perfect. Yeah. We're sitting here in a June day, right? Well, the sun's out and it's 65 to 68 degrees today. It's phenomenal. Nice little breeze. It's nice. We will get, like, the second or third week of August, we'll get temperatures in the 90s, but that's about it. All summer, it's like 70 to 85, high 80s. You'll get some 80-degree days like we did yesterday, but it's nice. Obviously, the spring and fall is beautiful too with the foliage in the fall. But Maine is just a beautiful place, and the crime rate is not bad at all. It really isn't.
Yeah.
Like, it's not at all.
I tell you what, that's as I get older, that's what attracts me to places, man. I'm just tired. Over the last 10 years, I've just seen such a decline in the United States, and I've only been back about 5 or 6 years. And I'm just like, dude, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, everybody's on edge. Everybody in California lives with a chip on their shoulder. And I feel like it definitely adds to the quality of life.
100%. And me being from, right outside of Boston and then going to North Carolina, living there, I'm glad I ended up in Maine, because as I get older, I will never move. Like, it's got everything I need. Like I told you, beaches, lakes, mountains, everything I need right within, you know what I mean? Within an hour and a half. And then if I want to drive 45 minutes south to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, that's a pretty cool little town. Or I want to drive an hour and a half, I can go to Boston, So
guys, carrying on with the brewery tour here. And before I get back to it, I wanted to just give a shout out to the Whiskey or Beer Show. Look at them. They're sitting at home watching us on the TV. Just wanted to give a shout out to those guys. Thank you so much for your support. We love your show as well. And thank you.
We love you guys, man. Thank you so much for that.
So guys, one thing I saw on their website, which I really loved, you guys have to listen to me here. I apologize, but Do What's Right is something that's on the bottle of the beer. You can see it down here at the bottom. Do what's right. From day one, our core belief has been to do what's right no matter what. 1% of our gross annual sales are donated to environmental nonprofits through our partnership with 1% for the planet. All contributions made above and beyond your final check are also donated to nonprofit. We invest in minimizing our carbon footprint and are committed to powering this brewery and tasting room using only clean energy sources. We just saw that on their solar panels. We provide all full-time employees with a minimum starting wage of $18 an hour, 100% health insurance, at least 3 weeks paid time off, and contribute 5% or more towards their retirement. This is just exceptional stuff here. We hold our beer to a high standard and refuse to compromise on quality. Each beer goes through extensive lab and sensory testing to ensure that every ounce complies with our belief in quality over quantity. We are able to all of this because you buy our beer. Thank you. That right there, that little do what's right thing makes me like the beer even more.
Even more. I'm on board that they openly discuss that. Look, we're giving you 3 weeks. You get 100% health insurance. You work at you don't poo-poo this. I work at Maine Beer Company, and you get 100% health insurance. That's fantastic,
deal, man.
Yeah, I love that, man. And then you go into their carbon footprint stuff and all that kind of stuff. That's really good, man. Nate, Pete, I'm going to start supporting these guys a hell of a lot more.
Yeah. So as we move on here, just wanted to show a couple of other pictures. I just love their style. Look at the inside of that place. Look at how inviting. I mean, of course, it's very contemporary, fresh, clean, almost a farmhouse style in a way. But I really like that. Beautiful, beautiful location. In my opinion, this is already just from drinking one beer, reading their website, talking with you guys, hearing what Pete has to say about their contributions to the community in Maine. It's one of my favorite breweries in the country, hands down.
Yeah, the vibe that it gives me, guys, is my travels throughout Scandinavia. I think Denmark. Yep. I think Latvia. Like I have this feeling, and I've been searching for this place in my country for a long time. Like I just, you know what I mean? Like the fact that Pete alluded to it earlier and was like, Nate, can you imagine this? Because me and Nate talk about this, and he said, I'm never going to move out of Maine. To know now in your middle age where you're going to live the rest of your life is everything. Because for me, I don't know. Like, I love California. LA is a great city. For an entertainer, it's where I want to be. I'm enjoying it. I lived here before and moved away, came back. But it's not the place I want to be for the rest of my life. And so you're always in search of this, whether it's mentally, emotionally, some type of physically. You're just in search of that. And looking at these pictures of Maine, maybe that's the spot. I don't know. Maybe Western New York is. I don't know. But Maine Maine Beer Company. It's not Maine Beer Company, but this one's for you, man. Pete, let's do it.
All right.
Let's bring it back, bro.
Yes. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Travel Man Dan. There he goes. And he knows how to get that thing down. No doubt about it.
All right. There
Dan,
it is.
you still got it. You still got it from college. I will say that would have taken Nate another 3.5 seconds to do
that. Well, I went through years at a nightclub, and they used to call me Double Shot Danny. And,
Double shot.
I would do double shots of Crown. I would get really intoxicated. Oh, bring it out, Nate. Let's go. Take a shot. Pete, you got a shot? Let's all get loose.
He's drinking 2 lunches, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I got 2 of these I'm drinking. Is that good?
No. Don't divert the conversation.
Me?
Oh, you. Oh, fuck. He just wanted to show it.
Yeah,
Don't
see, I didn't
him.
know about all that. See, Nate, you're part of this show. You got to take the shot.
Yeah, he was tickling our tits and then walking away.
Tickling our tits is what you just said.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Pete, this is to you. Thank you for joining the show. Miss you, man. Love you. You're a fucking great friend. We were roommates. Man, I would love to go back in time, but we don't have to because we're friends
definitely.
and we're friends forever.
Definitely, 100%.
Whoa, bam. Yeah.
We all need to get together soon, though. Seriously.
Yeah, that'd be
And
great.
I'll definitely come to the show whenever you guys invite me.
That'd be great. But in the meantime, let's get to the scoring. Let's score this beautiful beer from a Maine beer company called Lunch. Getting right into it, the taste is exactly what I needed. I needed to know that these beers still exist. That's a half a shot. Nice. Martin, yes.
He's right, by the way.
Yeah.
He's definitely right.
Definitely right. You know?
Hey, Martin, Nate's getting old, and he's kind of turning into a little bit of a wuss, but it's okay.
Big time wuss.
Not a little bit of wuss, a huge wuss.
Yeah.
We still love him.
Yeah, just take the other half later. I'll do another funnel, and you can go to Pink Dot.
Pink box.
Pink box. All right.
Innuendo right there.
All right. Pink Box Donuts, but we're talking about Lunch beer from Maine Brewing Company. I'm so glad to drink this and know that these things still exist. It's like I said, I like all these. I think they're great. I think the cannoli beers, the brownie beers, all that wacky shit is interesting. I'm definitely on board to try it, review it. But when you want to go back to an original IPA, I suggest you try out Lunch. There's a reason why everyone likes it. There's a reason why it has umpteen amount of checks and over and Untapped. It's beautiful. It's got an awesome taste of smooth, crisp. The bitterness is just right. A little bit of a hint of a citric flavor. Overall, I absolutely loved it. 4.5.
I'm doing a 5.0. There's no discussion. It's a perfect beer.
Nice.
This should be the barometer set for an IPA, right?
Probably
listen,
right.
Not everybody has the means to use quality ingredients and use small batch process. I get that. This is it's the best beer I've ever had. 5.0.
Whoa.
Whoa, seriously?
Yep.
Hold on.
Hey.
The best beer you've ever had.
Best beer I've ever had.
I like that. I will say, and I give it a 5.0 myself. I really do. But this is I got to say, second best favorite beer. And
really?
And that's a lot considering, I've drinking a lot of beers and there's a lot of great, breweries up here. And I definitely give it a 5.0. But for me, it's the second favorite beer.
So, and you said the first one is what from Bissell? Bissell
Brothers Substance.
Okay.
And
Danny,
that's
we need to do that.
Brewery out of Maine.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it written down. We're gonna check it out. Bissell.
I would actually kind of put it like 49.51.
Is it also an IPA?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And it's got kind of that light taste like this. You know what I mean? Not like the harsh hoppy, what I mean thing. But yes, great. I only give 2 beers 5.0, and this is one of them.
I probably should have gave it a 5.0. You know what? It's not too late to switch. You guys are right. I was an asshole. I'm going to 5.0. All right.
Hey, I will say though, Dan, you're the nicest asshole I've ever met.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't switch my scores, but after listening to you guys, I wanted to give it. It's just, the thing that was holding me back on that half point was the region, and my favorite beer on the show. I think the best tasting beer for me was this one called Smooth Seas.
Oh, Trillium.
Trillium.
Hey, Pete, have you had Trillium beer?
No, I can't say I have.
So that they're out of
Massachusetts.
Comstock, Massachusetts.
Okay, I'll definitely have to try it though.
It's one of those up with shit. What's the other one? Treehouse. It's like it's up there at that level.
Okay, so Wish You Were Beer says Bissell Bros is insane. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear. But Martin says 3 times 5. That's another shot because that's never happened. He's right.
He's right. Breaking my balls here, man. Fuck.
I'll do
it.
Hey,
that guy's the man. Hey, Martin, I did the same thing to Nate when I saw him try to funnel, and it took 6.5 seconds 3 months ago.
All right, you guys. So here's the negative about having Pete on the show is Pete intimately knows me since we were roommates, and he has this ability to break my fucking balls, and it drives me nuts. I only do it because I love you. Because if I don't like you, I don't say anything at all to you. I just act like you don't exist. So a funny thing that what Pete mentioned before was he's saying that this beer is so popular. If you're in the Maine area, New England, maybe not New England, but Maine itself, if you're in a normal restaurant that's not a corporate shill restaurant, lunch is going to be on the menu, right?
Yes, 100% it is. 99.8%, yes.
Which is impressive. And so do you believe that is there sort of an idea that a company like Maine Beer Company is providing opportunity for people in the community? Is that a big thing up there?
Yes. But I think they just, like you said on their mission statement and how they treat employees and stuff, people know about that, and they try to take care. Yes. And they try to go and support them when they're in the Freeport area, or they just support them when they go to the supermarkets. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Or, just when you're at another, brewery. There's this place right down the street, Nonesuch Brewery, and they have their beer in there. They have Maine company. You know what I mean? That's
really
pretty nice.
So there's a lot of collaboration.
Yes. On some of them, there are. Yes.
All right, Danny.
All right. It's been a long time, but Martin's kind of right. 3 5s. I'm busting out the tequila.
You're getting a Herradura?
Yeah.
Woo!
Tequila.
Let's go, baby. All right. Let's get through this, and then we're going to do that shot. All right. The price, I don't know how much this costs, so it's got to be a 5.0. But for the show purposes, Nate, how much is one bottle of?
Well, so I did ask about this, but I'm curious what a local would tell me. Pete, if you go to the brewery or if you go to a restaurant, what do you think would the price be for a glass of this or a bottle of this beer?
Well, a glass 12 to 16 ounces, you're going to pay $6. You're going to pay $6.50.
$6?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're at a bar, yeah.
Yeah,
that's cheap.
Cheap.
This at the store.
Huh?
One of them, $3.99.
All right, so let's go with $3.99.
$3.99. $4. I think that's a great price. It's an outstanding beer. It's got a volume of 7.0% alcohol. Definitely going to go ahead and give it a 4.5. I think that's the way it should be.
I'm going 5.0.
Okay.
Because
actually, let me change that. Sorry, let me change this. Just got a correction. It's actually $6.99 for this.
Oh,
still a 5.0. So for me, if you're drinking the best beer you've ever had in your life, I will pay any price. $6.99. I don't give a shit. 5.0.
Yeah, and that's why they have it in the bottles. I think it's a 5.0 price because the way that I look at it, if you want something that's actually really good, something you love to taste, you don't mind paying for it.
Hey,
you know what I mean? So it's definitely worth it.
If you like German engineering, you pay more money for the BMW, Audi, or Benz, right? That's just the way it is. This to me is at that level.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the 4.5, but moving on to the design. Let's get to this design.
Man, dude,
This is
thing.
something I really like. I talked about it earlier. It seems like a bottle that you'd find on a beach in the 80s. It feels like it's a wine bottle. It feels like it's a giveaway at a wedding. Like, hey, Nate and Cindy got married. Here's your bottle of wine. But I like it. I like it because it's so different. It doesn't have monsters on it or robots shooting lasers. It doesn't have weird little things that are, just trying to one up everybody in the beer space. I love that it's just basic. They slap a double sticker. Okay, it's not one sticker. Oh, it is one sticker. I'm sorry. I was reading the thing, which is kind of cool. But one thing I like about it is that they leave this very, very small.
Yeah, you're right.
Details, okay, it's like it's just not okay. It would look different if this was wrapped. I know you wouldn't wouldn't even think about it, but I pick up on these details. I thought it said "Do what's right." Okay, that's their motto. Maine beer lunch. I mean, it's just a classic. I got to give them a 5.0, man. I love it. I really love the way this looks.
So this bottle, I've seen pictures, and then when I finally got it and I had it in my hand and I was able to look at it, everybody on this show knows I'm a stickler for telling a story. They tell us a story. But not only that, they thank us for purchasing the beer. It says, "Thank you for drinking our beer. You enable us to continue to do what's right. Take care of our earth and the creatures that live on it. Take care of our staff and to keep making better beer." So I'm going to go above a 5.0. This is something we don't typically do. I'm giving it a score of a 7.0 because those two things, this is the best looking beer, the best bottle of beer I've ever had, 7.0.
Wow.
Nate, and I think they need to hire you to be their spokesperson because you're definitely blowing them up. But,
I think they should.
But as what I was going to say is they give you a plain label. They don't put much on the front. It just says Maine Beer Company with the lunch. But then you see that line kind of overgooped, kind of like a mountain. And then
That's
Indian Pale Ale. And then it just says, "Do what's right." They don't have to do anything with this. You want to know why? They just let the beer speak for itself.
Boom.
So, yes, I'm going to stay within the parameters and give it a 5.0 because you said 1 through 5. And I don't think we need to go cheating like Nate did, but it's okay. 5.0.
Nate's getting silly with it, but that's okay. It's our show. 7, is that another shot? Martin,
you're killing me, bro. You're supposed to be on my side.
Pour it up, bro. I'm ready.
Again?
Pete, are you ready, Pete?
Yeah, I'm ready with just a couple of these. Yeah. Hey, is that peppermint schnapps?
Yeah.
It's fucking Malort, bro. It's the official shot of the show. If we ever get to 30 people in the room, I get a Malort tattoo.
Guess what? I'm going to open up 31 computers next week.
Love
Danny,
it.
Cheers,
man. Yeah, Nate, to what we do, bro. Here we go.
Pete, cheers, buddy. All right.
Wow.
That put hair on your chest, didn't it, Dan?
Tastes like an ashtray. All right.
Yeah, that's why I drink tequila and it's the clear brand.
Wow.
Chilled as I'm getting older.
Hey, Mr. Pete, since I love this comment. Thank you, Phil. Show's going off the rails. I love it. Yeah. We do that from time to time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got a tendency to do that. You bring me on, you just don't know what the hell could happen.
Phillies.
Dude,
Phillies, Martin. Phillies. I do. I'm all over Bryce Harper and the Phillies right now, brother.
What about Pete doing a shot or something extra? We've been doing it. Come on,
Pete.
I
don't have any.
Yeah,
It's okay.
It's okay.
I got a couple main. I didn't know about the shot. If you told me that, I would have had a bottle of tequila here.
No, well, this one
because my favorite tequila is Casamico's Blanco.
It's amazing. You're a big George Clooney fan, huh?
It's amazing.
Hey, for me, it's still the Patron.
Whoa.
I don't know about that.
Castor oil.
Yes, and it's overpriced. And I'm not a teeny bopper anymore.
Danny is.
Hey, he still wants to live in the past. I wish I could go in the past with you bastards. That would be awesome.
Dude, we
This
don't
shit
need to
ain't,
pass.
this
All right.
really ain't happening. Anyway, moving on, guys. The accessibility for this beer is not good. All right, you can only get it in Maine. It's that's gonna hurt it. So unfortunately, I don't want to do this, but I gotta. I'm gonna give it a score of a 2.0. Accessibility is not good, and that's giving it a good price. Nate usually gives them zeros.
So I'm going to give him a 5.0, and let me tell you why. Because of the fact that this beer is so good, I appreciate the exclusivity of it, and I want Portland and Freeport, Maine to get more tourism due to the fact that they have one of the best beers of all time. I want you guys to get there. The fact that you can't get it in LA is a good thing. Go up to Maine, get outside, get some vitamin D, go see a lake, go see the ocean, go see the mountains, go see Pete Wright. I'm giving you a 5.0, 100%. I don't give a shit where I got to go to get this beer. I'm going to do it. It deserves a 5.0.
Wow.
Well, you see that? Somebody said you can get it in Cali, Dan.
Yeah, that was Phil from Wish You Were Beer. That's news to me. I'm sticking with the 2.0 because you can't really get it in, Ecuador. You're not going to be able to find it in Romania. Accessibility.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Romanian.
it's kind of their loss, though, because they don't have a great beer where they could get it. See, I'm going to give it, obviously, a 5.0 because I'm in Maine and I can get it. And then the other thing is, too, they don't have to. They're striving. And to be honest with you, where are you going to get a beer that has this bottle and this flavor? And they don't need to do any snazzy things. They're just letting the beer speak for itself. Let's be honest. If you try this beer and you don't think it's above a 4.5, you don't know beer.
I love it. All right. Well, I mean, I'm just trying to get through today. I'm doing the best I can. Phil, please let me know where in LA can you find lunch on tap. Have you been to the local peasant? Moving on to TMD X Factor. Look, beer's fantastic. Not going to ever argue that. I got my friend Pete here from 20 years plus of friendship. Unbelievable guest. We're having such a great time. I brought out tequila. It's been a long time since I've done shots on the show and funnels. I'm ready to do more if you want to. We got still another beer to go. Giving it a 5.0.
Woo! You guys already know this answer. 5.0, 100%. Gary, thank you. Pete, thank you. This is, man, if somebody can send me like 48 of these things, I'd be super happy. Thanks.
Nate, I'll send you guys some. No problem. Now, you tell me where, when, I'll do it. Seriously, it's phenomenal.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I guess I'll have to go 7.0 because I got to be like
Dude, you two are just like off your rocker. Give me AJ scores. All right, well, that's what your score is. For the first time ever, I've come pretty damn close. 21.5 for the lunch from the Maine Brewing Company. That score deserves another asterisk. 27 for Nate. Pete, what was your score?
27.
Yeah, he did the same thing as me.
I just switched it up.
Switched
it up a little bit.
Can we give this beer its credit where it's due? That this is the first time that we have a perfect score. It's deserving of it, Danny. It's deserving of a perfect score. No asterisk.
Well, you had to add a 7 in there for no reason.
Because it deserves it. It's above and beyond what a normal beer is.
I know you guys don't normally do this, but what I think you guys should do if you come to Maine, I know you guys do a show. Us three need to go to this brewery and do like a 20-minute clip that you could put onto one of your shows, just recapping this beer, because that's how phenomenal this place is.
Yeah, that's what we want.
God, this place is phenomenal. And the beer, but you actually tasted on a draft out of their keg. I'm telling you right now, it definitely goes up to a 7. It's that great. It's phenomenal.
Pete, we're absolutely down for that. That's what we're gravitating towards and building. We do the show because it's a little more convenient here, but we're gravitating towards that. The lunch reminds me a lot of this beer.
Get out of here.
Dude, are you nuts?
Jesus, seriously. Oh, my
Hey,
God.
Danny, Hop Merchants. Where's Hop Merchants?
Hop Merchants.
I will say, Dan, that comment's almost as bad as Nate's ability to funnel a beer.
Top merchants. I'm not sure. What part of LA is that, Phil? I'll be right back, guys.
By the way, so while Danny goes, I just want to clarify something. I was looking online very quickly to see what the distribution was for Maine beer. You can find Maine beer in 32 states. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. And honestly, I don't think any of them would give him as low score as Danny did, though.
Dude, all right, Pete, can you tell us other options that they have at Maine Brewing? I know that the dinners are really
the dinner is absolutely favorite. I will be honest, I don't really steer away from either one. I just stick to those two, but the others are phenomenal too. But the lunch and the dinner, hands down, absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
And the dinner is a double IPA, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so it's going to be higher ABV, 8-9%.
I do not like double IPAs, but I love this one.
Really?
Yes.
Because it's not too rich. It's not too.
No, it's not. I think the best way for me to put it is because of this one, it's not a harsh IPA. So the double IPA is maybe a little bit more than a regular IPA, if that makes any sense.
Gotcha. All right, Danny.
Let me just answer back. I was going to do it on the comments, but wish you were beer. Phil, are you back in LA? When I watched your show the other night, it looked like you were in an outhouse in some kind of weird log cabin. But let me know if you're back in LA. If you are, let's link up and go check out some of these breweries. Now it's time for the second beer. Pete, are you staying on with us?
Yeah, I'll be here for a little bit, definitely.
Nice.
And I will say, you said this beer's from Brockton, Mass, right?
Yes. I don't know too much about it. It was sent to us from another guy. This one is called from Night Shift Brewing. It is the 10th anniversary batch. It is the Viva Habanero. Check it out, guys. This is the second beer today. Viva Habanero. I've never tried this one. It is from, let me see. Is it Brockton? Did Nate already say that when I was on?
Yes. And that's actually where I lived the first 12 years of my life is Brockton, Massachusetts.
Really?
Yes. Guys. Take a piss. It's not from Brockton. It's from Everett, Massachusetts, which is another suburb outside of Boston. I believe that is where the Encore is, Pete. Am I right about that?
Yes, it is. And if you're a degenerate gambler like myself, you stay away from there.
Yeah. Completely heard.
All right. Well, guys, we're not going to be gambling. We're going to be drinking, and this is a beautiful looking can. We'll get into that in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and bring that down. We can't put the bottle up there because it falls down. But it is the 10th anniversary batch. It is the Viva Habanero. Let's go ahead and crack it, sniff it.
Hey, guys. Pete, Danny, are you guys fans of the habanero pepper?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
not hot dog in LA, yes.
Yeah, not really for me. I kind of tend to stay away from hot stuff.
See, you know what, dude? You talk about me being a bit of a softie when it comes to the funnel. The fact that you can't handle a little heat on the palate.
Well,
tell me what I need to know.
Yeah,
I am all about the heat, man. I love peppers, love chilies. I think Danny knows that. Most people on the show know that. I'm a huge fan of peppers in beer.
I think it would go back to the college days when you were roommates. Your explosive gas during the evening.
Yeah, seriously. Jeez.
You guys throw that out there like you're not looking into a mirror. By the way, this is a rye beer. Something, Danny, I don't think we've reviewed on the show before.
Definitely smells different. Definitely smells funky. I wonder if it has something to do with the rye seed gripping with the habanero. There's only one way to do it, and that is, well, we've cracked it. We snorted it, and now let's go ahead and pour it.
It's going to be, whoa, look at the color.
Ooh, that's
very
nice.
Amber. Look at that. What a beauty.
Talk about Father's Day. I'm bringing in the root beer, the cream soda, and the Red Dog.
Look at that color, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's a nice look.
By the way, that's a nice looking glass. Where'd you get that?
Well, this was my birthday present from my co-host and best friend, Mr. Nate Seaport, who had gifted me 6 beautiful beer glasses. I don't know the name of this one, but I love this one. It is straight. It is really making the beer look good. Let's get into it. It looks like almost like a cola. It's a rye beer. It's got an amber look, almost like your Red Wolf, Red Dog, like British ale, if you will. Really good looking beer.
Do you smell the pepper?
What's that?
Do you smell the pepper?
Well, it says it's is it ghost pepper or just habanero?
Habanero.
Okay, no, I don't smell it, but something smells different, which I think is that synthetic pepper taste, or not synthetic, or just brewed and canned. Hey, there's only one way to find out. We still have Pete here. We're halfway through it. Cheers, my man. Any which way is this way. Here we go.
Wow. Whoa. You can definitely, man, the pepper's right there on the front of the palate.
Hi, Damien. Oh, yeah.
Later, Damien. See you, buddy. Woo!
It's hot. It's very hot.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like I think there should be a 3-shot standard. It kind of makes me.
Well, it must be nice being you, Martin. Are you doing 3 shots?
Whoa, buddy. We won't yell at the audience.
Yelling? What are you talking about yelling?
I've done mine too. I've done 3 technically. All right.
Look at there's Pete. Pete got another lunch.
Yeah, dude. Pete,
if you get a chance, if you see this, get it. This is interesting.
It's let me talk a little bit about this beer right away. The first thing I taste is the snap from the heat. Okay, it definitely has something to it. It's as advertised. It says Viva Habanero. Hell yeah, definitely feel the heat coming out of this thing. I feel like I've already eaten tacos. I mean, I might even have a little heartburn, and I don't think it's this thing. I got so much friggin' liquor in there. I don't know what to do with, but when I drink this beer, it's something different, Nate. Something different.
I love it.
You do?
I absolutely love it. This is so, you know how much I love heat. I just love the flavor of hot peppers. The heat is secondary for me. It's more about the taste, like a Serrano chili. Just eat them raw. Jalapeno, habanero is a little bit higher on the Scoville unit scale, so it's more difficult to do that. But I like the actual flavor. This does hit you on the front. It pops you, and I like the fact that you've done it for 10 years. You know, that's pretty cool.
Pete, how's that second lunch?
Absolutely phenomenal. And I'll probably end up having about a 7th or an 8th one throughout the day.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
If I was up there, I would.
I got to say, the great thing about this particular episode is that we have Pete here. And he's hanging out and he's drinking and talking to us about Maine, about what he's doing, loving life, and absolutely happy about it. But the shitty part about this show is I want to fucking hang out, man. I want to go to the beach with you right now.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to be hanging out with you guys all night and drinking. And we're definitely going to make that happen soon.
Yep, 100%.
Definitely going to make that happen.
All right, Chris says, TMD, it's a big day in your hometown. Fatty Brewing is now open. Loving the show today. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for stopping by. I'm looking at possibly the second week of August. I don't know if I'll be able to squeeze it in there, but I'm trying to because I'm going to Vietnam and Singapore at the end of the month. So I'm trying like hell to get it in there. But enjoy that Fatty Brewing, man. Awesome. This is what we're drinking, guys. If you're just hopping on the show, it's from Night Shift Brewing. Nate, take us on a tour.
You got it, brother. All right, Night Shift. So if you guys want to check them out, here's their credentials. You can go to their website. They got a really good website as well. They have an Instagram following. They got a Twitter following. I did reach out to them on Twitter. Let's see if they reach back. I like their logo. I'm a huge fan of owls. Danny, are you?
Very much, yeah. I love owls. My favorite bird.
So, my favorite bird, gorilla fish, shark, polar bear, bird. So, Everett, Massachusetts, again, up there in New England, not too far from where Pete is in Maine. I would imagine, Pete, about an hour and a half from Boston, from Portland.
Yeah, about that.
Okay. So you can see in the New England area, Everett, right there, just outside Boston. Viva Habanera is today's beer. It's a rye beer, which is quite different. That's going to talk about, their bill of grain, their grain bill. So they're going to be using a lot of rye in this as opposed to maybe barley or wheat. right? So if you have a wheat beer, that's going to be a Hefeweizen or a wit beer. This one has rye, which is a different grain. 7.4.
7.4%.
7 I can taste it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can taste it. Untapped ratings, 7.8 thousand check-ins out of 3.63. Very respectable score. Look at the color. That's the color that I'm seeing here, right? Very, very nice color. Love it. So
Look at that.
We're going to go through a little bit of stuff here. So Danny, just bear with me. I'm going to try to do it very quickly. This is one of their locations. I believe this is their Everett location. I love that.
Hold on, go back, because you know, you look at this and most people think, all right, Night Shift Brewing, whatever. They got some stencil on the wall, but look at the brick building.
Yeah,
look at the brick on that thing. There's a lot of discoloration. I love it. I love the black brick.
Look at the brick in your background.
Yeah, I love brick.
Oops. Yeah, except that's probably like a piece of paper behind your back, but that's okay.
No. Hey,
it's actually brick, Danny?
Yeah, it's actual brick.
He laid the brick, dude. He laid it.
I did not lay it. No, I did not lay this brick, but it was here before. This is real brick.
Danny, we got a question from Martin.
So he's a Pats asshole Pats
fan.
Pete,
are you a Pats fan?
He's a masshole.
Okay, there's a couple things. Yes, I'm a Pats fan, but I'm a Brady's fan until he leaves the league, and then I will go back to the Pats once they acknowledge that Belichick is not as good without Brady.
Brady's not as good without Belichick.
Brady deserves some respect. That's what he deserves.
Are you saying Tom Brady doesn't get respect?
He does. Everybody thinks that he needed Belichick. Well, guess what? He proved that he does not need Belichick to win a championship. What has Belichick done without Brady?
Not Gronkowski.
Mac Jones.
Okay, did he win a Super Bowl?
Well, dude, it's been 2 years.
Did Brady win his first year?
He did. Well, he did.
Okay, do you not think Brady's going to be there again this year?
No, probably the Bills.
They're AFC.
AFC.
I'm telling you, they're taking over both.
I'm telling you right now, you better hope he does not play the Bills in the championship. You better hope, because you know that. Did you hear the special breaking news? Once Brady retires, it's not going to be the Lombardi Trophy. It's going to be the Brady Trophy. He's been there so many times.
First of all, Brady already retired. He already retired.
Trophy. You know what? It actually should be. It should be. All right. Anyway, guys, moving forward.
Why did he retire and come back?
Because he can. He's the GOAT.
No, because he was supposed to go to Miami.
Yes, I agree. But either way, he's the GOAT.
He is the GOAT. He's the GOAT. No doubt about it. I used to hate him. I actually fucking love Tom Brady now. All right.
Retires again.
Wish you were a beer. So Night Shift Brewing began as an idea in a small Josephine Avenue in Somerville, Mass. Rob Burns, Mike O'Mara, and Michael Oxton began home brewing beer for friends and family. This hobby took place after work, going late into the evenings, becoming what they called their night shift. It was 2007, and they hoped to share something more interesting and flavorful than the commercial options on shelves. In 2000, I'm not going to read all that, but here you guys, this is their story, right? And I like it when these brewers go onto their website and they give you intimate knowledge of what they were doing. These are guys that were buddies. The three of us are buddies from college. Imagine if we were running a beer operation. That's not that different. It's obtainable. If you guys want to go out there and try something different, put your name on something, collaborate, you have the ability to do so. So they've got some flagships, right? They've got the Whirlpool, the Santilli, Fluffy, which I've actually had, and the 87. They've got a couple of hoppy rotators. These are beers that they bring in and out of their tasting room and that are available certain parts of the year. Look at how beautiful that glass is.
Look at that juice flow, dude. That's crazy, man.
Dude, that glass, that color, man. And that's the thing that we were talking about before, the chewiness of a juicy, hazy IPA. Obviously, the lunch is nothing like Xi Jinping, the people's favorite beer show. I love Xi Jinping.
Yeah, Xi Jinping.
They got a light series, full flavor, refreshing, crushable lagers for every occasion. Limited releases, and there's another picture of one of their tap rooms. They have one in right across the street from TD Garden, where the Celtics just lost the NBA championship to the Golden State Warriors. Sorry, Pete.
Yeah, it's fine. That's okay. Your Philadelphia Eagles is just as bad as Buffalo Bills, so you guys.
Hey, buddy. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. And you're not gonna like this thing, but this is what's gonna happen. The Yankees are gonna win, then the Bills. Look out! Here come the Sabres, and then the Clippers to top it off. What can I say?
Clippers, dude. The fact that you like, hold on, are they from Buffalo?
They are.
All right, then you get a pass.
I like the Clippers.
Wait a minute. Who's from Buffalo?
The Clippers.
Are they even still in the NBA?
Oh, relax, because when they're playing Boston next, and all of a sudden Paul George decides to go like this, boom, like Barney. All right, Marcus Smart, color your hair.
Yeah, but he is the NBA Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, color your hair, bro.
It's fine. It's okay. It's okay.
It's not okay, and you know it.
Hey, at least we didn't go to 4 Super Bowls and lose all of them in a row.
It was 3.
Well, does it really matter after you get
was
to
it
2?
4?
It was 4, actually. That's okay. I expect that from somebody from Philadelphia. They're rude.
Yeah, now it's forever. Me being a dick.
Hey, but the thing is with me, you know what you're going to get from me.
Let's go on.
There's no beating around the bush.
No, I love it.
Buffalo sports rule the world. Let's go on. What would you rather?
Whoa! All right, Danny, are you ready? Here we go, guys. Just so you know, we do have a couple of what would you rather's, and it is a tribute to our friend Pete Wright. So, Danny, here we go, my friend.
All right, what would you rather? You can let me know now. You can let me know after the show, but please let me know. Which would you rather? I'm going to give you a plane ticket. You can visit one of these places. Where would you rather? What would you rather go to? Would it be this place called Setauquete?
Situate.
First of all.
Situate.
That's where Mike the Situation from Jersey Shore is from.
Oh my God, you just insulted us so bad with that douchebag. Dude, no.
Look at Situate, dude. Look how beautiful that is.
Yeah, Situate looks pretty cool. All right, right there, you got the cliffs. You got my friend Pete Wright hanging out, trying to find a parking lot where nobody's going to see him smoke it up. All right, Situate, yes.
But by the way, Pete gave me a Situate basketball T-shirt 20 years ago. I don't know where it is anymore, but I remember it was a white T-shirt. What was it? What was your mascot? Was it like
the sailor?
The sailor. And so he gave me that. And the fact that I remember Situate is a testament to Pete, because he drilled that fucking thing into my head 20 years ago. I'd be like, what? How do you spell that fucking word? Situate? That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, this is a tribute to our friend Pete, Situate, Massachusetts.
That's like awesome. A beautiful place.
It is. It's beautiful. I probably smoked almost every a bone in almost every single spot in that picture.
I mean, hey, look. Happy Gay Pride Month. Situate is on the map. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I might want to throw up after that, but I'll leave that one alone.
Agreed.
Let's go on to the next one. Or Portland, Maine.
Woo!
Wow, that's what it looks like.
That's a good-looking town. The streets are cobblestone, by the way.
Wow. Yeah, that's what I hear. So there we go. Situate.
I mean, it's
Portland, Maine.
Portland, Maine just doesn't look like the United States. Like it looks so
Copenhagen.
Beautiful. I mean, but if I had to go to one or the other, my other would be, just because I love the guy. I'm happy that he's here. I'm going to the hometown of Peter Wright. Situate. Here I come.
You know what? I got to do the same thing. I want to go see Situate, because guess what? We can drive an hour north and we can go to Portland, Maine. I want to start at Situate. I want to see that sailor mascot at the high school where Pete probably had the record for 3-pointers for his school at one point. I want to go to Situate.
Well, guess what? This is what I'm going to do. Within the next year, I'm gonna buy both of you guys a plane tickets. That's my tribute to this show. For you guys, I'm gonna pay for your plane tickets within a year to come to Paul and Maine. We'll do it all, but you guys have to buy the bar tab, which is gonna be way more than the fucking plane tickets. So we're good.
Deal, 100%.
Yeah.
Fucking love that, man.
Just
Love
make JetBlue mint. Carlos. All right. Welcome. All right. Going on to question number 2. Who would you rather have to start your franchise or just on your team all the time? Would it be Mr. Larry?
Larry Legend.
All right.
Larry's the greatest white basketball player of all time.
Okay.
Dude, why you got to qualify with white? He's a top 5, 10 player of all time.
Yeah,
overall.
But I said all-time white because we all know Michael Jordan is the best. LeBron James is a bum, so there's no comparison there, and that's the way it is.
Well, I mean, politically speaking, I'm not sure where you stand, but LeBron definitely is creeping into number 1.
No,
no, he's not.
No,
LeBron's a bum.
No, he's
All
not.
right, let's go on. Look at that. As he shoots over, who is that? Spud Webb? Dominique?
That's Dominique, dude.
All right, the Larry Legend to start your Boston franchise. Time to cut Pete off. Oh, he doesn't like the LeBron talk. All right. Bring it up. Spark a fight with our audience.
Sorry, Larry Bird or Kevin
Garnett.
Listen, I love Kevin Garnett. I love what he did. He brought a championship home, but let's be realistic. He was there for 3 to 4 years. Larry Legend is the epitome of Boston sports. Everybody loves him. Everybody worships him. And to be honest with you, he went into the 3-point contest and said, hey, who's going to finish second 3 years in a row?
Dude,
Let's be honest.
He
talked more trash than anybody. He actually used to say, if a white guy guards me, I think it's disrespectful.
Yes,
he wanted
he
a
did.
black guy.
Yep.
And then he would tell them what he's going to do and how he's going to shoot it, and he's going to do it. He actually did it this one time where he hit the game winner. The coach called the timeout. He came back.
He did it again.
And he told them, and he did it again.
Dude, he's a fucking awesome,
yes,
dude.
You don't get the name Larry Legend unless you are a legend.
I mean, we're not talking specific Boston sports. We're talking about what you're going to do for your team. But I think you're spot on. If I'm going to build a team, especially the way the NBA is built now, Larry Legend was 40 years ahead of his time. Shooting is the way to go, I think. Larry Legend, I'm taking Larry Bird over Garnett.
Yeah, so, and for me too. And the fact that, he's probably, outside of Iverson and Jordan, my favorite NBA player of all time. The way he did it, he was unathletic, but he was an elite passer. He wasn't a great defender. He was a good rebounder. He was a glue guy. He was the best shooter in the league at the time. He had that unorthodox way that he shot. He was just a fucking gamer. And not only that, he was considered the biggest trash talker in the history of the NBA.
Yes.
He didn't give a shit who he was up against. He would make people feel like fools, like shit, and he lit them up all the time. Dude, go to YouTube and check out Larry Legend shit talking. He's bigger shit talker than Michael Jordan, who a lot of people think is the best. For me, Larry Bird, hands down, all day, every day. By the way, Kevin Garnett, you're also a stud.
Yes.
And all right, going on to question.
Larry Legend.
Question number 3: what would you rather? This is two places that we've frequented, the three of us, quite a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Gardner's Chicken in North Carolina, wasn't it? Fried chicken, collard greens, pork, pulled pork, corn. Even the corn was good. All right, macaroni and cheese. And notice if you look up in the top left-hand corner of your photo, right under the Travel Man Dan World, the hush puppies were like weird little, I don't know, half-a-U's shaped. They were like little elongated little things, but the hush puppies were phenomenal. It's cornmeal mash. Or would you prefer to go to another great place in Rocky Mount? $2.99. Welcome to CC's Pizza.
Whoa, hey, I can tell you right now, I know at least 1 to 3 times us three smoked at least, it was back then blunts, and then we went to CC's Pizza and we all got ate disgusting meals for a total of $20 for all of us. And I'll be honest with you,
the best shit about
survive.
CC's when they brought the dessert pie.
Dude, the dessert one.
It was over. It was
over. I can't believe we ate that
and listen,
stuff.
like this picture is not a good picture, but that's what it looked like. You would go up there and there would be like pies would just be gone. You had to take the little thing and scoop it onto your plate. We would try to see who can eat the most plates. Like Bones ate 13 plates of pizza at CC's.
Yeah, I could see that, but you know, I love Bones with pretty much all my heart, but he's fucking disgusting. and I absolutely love him. Like,
Dude,
he knows that.
Yeah,
like he knows that.
But
great. Yeah, the way he used to eat, like in the cafeteria, it was unbelievably.
Dude, I used to make him something called Satan sandwich. And I used to go to the fucking, you remember the salad bar?
Yes.
And I go to the salad bar and he'd be like, dude, can you make me Satan sandwich? I would toast the bread. I put every fucking thing on the sandwich was this big. He couldn't even fit it in his fucking mouth. That was Satan sandwich. Nick, if you're still on the show, you're likely not, which I get. You're not a degenerate like the three of us are. I remember Satan sandwich. I used to do it for you all the time. I used to throw fucking oranges down the hallway and seat up that student life door.
Yeah. Oh my God. Dude, I don't know if you remember. I was hitting full 4-iron golf balls down the hallway that if anybody would have came out of their door room, they would have died.
They'd be done. They'd done, yeah.
And actually, the ball would come back and we'd all have to duck to make sure it didn't hit us. Oh, yeah. I look back now, we should be in jail. Because literally, if somebody happened to walk out of their dorm room, they died. And then I'd be done.
Do you remember the episode, like the Madden games that we would play? Josh Walker, Fabian Lawrence. We would be in that room, completely torched, playing Madden 99.
Yep. I don't know if you saw on Facebook, though. I'm still pretty good friends with Antoine. I go down and hang out with him.
Dude, sweet jumper, Antoine Ham. Sweet jumper.
How is Fabian doing?
I haven't talked to him in a while, but I hear he's doing good. I saw he got married on Facebook and stuff. He's up in Washington, D.C., where he lives.
Good. I really love him, man. Roommates with me and Pete as well.
Yes, so, guys, I love him. I will say I love him. The only problem is I hate Dave Matthews because of Fabian Lawrence. Just so you know, because he made me listen to it so much.
The only 6'4", 6'5" black guy in America that loved Dave Matthews as much.
100%. 100%.
That's
all right, awesome. Danny, go ahead.
All right, let's go to the next one. Guys, the next one is a couple of games that you like to play, whether you're from there or here, depending. Which one do you prefer? Which would you rather? I already know my answer. This is a no-brainer, but I'm going to go through the logistics of it. Horseshoes, old-fashioned horseshoes, clank, 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 like clank, back. You know, when you had your first sip of your old man's beer, or this game, beanbag toss. All right, a lot of people cornhole.
Yeah, it's cornhole for me. Cornhole all the way.
No way, dude. Pete, what are you crazy, dude? Horseshoes, man. Cornhole is such a weird. Here's
you want to know why it's cornhole? Because if I get shit-faced enough and I'm gonna lose the game, I just take the bean bags and throw it at my opponent.
Oh shit!
You can throw a horseshoe at your friend.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
it's a piece of fucking iron, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, you gotta be fast. Don't lose your speed.
No,
don't lose your speed, bro.
You hit him with a horseshoe, your friendship's over. You hit him with a beanbag, it's actually just a little, little stinger.
You never seen Dink, Duck, and Dive?
Yeah.
You just gotta get out of the way.
Danny, what are you doing? You're doing horseshoes?
It's not even a question, bro. It's not even a question. Cornhole.
Yeah, for me too. Horseshoes. Cornhole's fucking, dude. No, lame. Not interested. Give me horseshoes. That's old school. That's what the guy that's 78. He can ring you all day long on horseshoes. I like that.
Yeah, horseshoes is just a better game, bro. Cornhole is like.
First of all, I don't like the name. It's too suggestive.
It starts with the name.
Hey,
cornhole. Aren't the bags filled with no sand?
Never mind. I'll stop what I was about to say. Actually, I won't, because that's who I am. Hey, it's Pride Month. Cornhole.
You're probably going to be playing.
Pride Month.
You're going to be playing cornhole down at some weird beach in Maine.
Nate,
Are you going
stopped
to the water
yourself.
today?
I saw that. Yes, I will. I'll actually find a place to play cornhole tonight, and I'll FaceTime both of you guys.
Fuck cornhole. Go on the water. Go on the beach. I want to see some Pete in the Atlantic Ocean.
Well, yeah, I probably will, considering I've been drinking lunchtime since 1 o'clock.
Lunchtime. All right, Danny, what's next?
The next one is a little disgusting, or it hurts like hell. Which would you rather? Put a toothpick in your toenail and kick a wall as hard as you can. Boom! Ow! Ooh! Eat! Lifts it. Ah! All right. Or would you rather jump into a pool, have lemon juice after your body's been cut and paper cuts, burning, hot sensation? Ooh! That one's tough. I mean, oh. Thinking about
I'm
either
gonna say
one.
just jump in the pool. That's it.
Yeah, jump in the pool.
Get it over with. Maybe we could put a little salt in there or help the wombs out.
It doesn't get over though because your whole body's cut. I'm going with fucking kicking my toenail. Whatever.
Really?
Yeah, I'm taking because if you've ever been paper cut, when you hit the lemon, it doesn't just go away. It comes back. It comes back. And your whole body. There's parts of your body that you've never experienced this type of burning.
Oh, what if I'm going to add another thing? You were gone. What about in the dorm rooms at our college where they're all cement and you have to stand in the hallway and somebody hits a golf ball down there and you don't know where it's going to go?
Nope. Interested.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember in South Hall where our computer guys, this is going to date us. Our computer screens were orange.
Yeah, well, actually, our computer screens fit the whole desk, which that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, exactly. They were fucking orange. We threw them out the window. We got charged because Pete was taking fucking divots out of the carpet in the hallway.
Wackos. I'll take the toothpick. What are you taking, Nate?
Toothpick in the toenail. Just one. At least I have the pain isolated in one area.
Yeah,
for sure. Pete?
I already said I'm jumping in the pool. I'm getting it over with.
Man. Hardcore, guys. But thank you so much for topping on for the What Would You Rather segment. Please let me know after the video's over your 5 questions. What would you rather? Cornhole, ain't the bags filled with corn? No, they're not. They're filled with sand. This is what we're drinking. It's from Night Shift Brewing. It is called Viva Habanera.
I love this beer.
I mean,
oh, shit.
All right. It is weird, man. This beer has got a bite to it. Like no other bite.
Dude, like it's legitimately habanero. Like as soon as you taste it, you can taste the pepper.
For me, it's not as soon as you taste it; it's after you swallow it that you definitely get it. Yeah, but let's move on, guys. Then we're gonna go ahead and score it. I want to get through the what are you reading, what are you watching, what are you listening to. Here we go. I'm rolling the die right now. Bingo, bango, boingo. Number 3. What are you listening to? What am I listening to? I'm listening to this. I'm going to Singapore on August 30th. So I'm listening to Singapore Radio, 91.3. Singapore's top hits, mate. It's very interesting because it's this weird British Australian accent with an Asian twist. But they do play a lot of the greatest hits from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, but not just your number 1, 2s, and 3s. They play like the 6s, the 7s, and the 8s. So songs that you were like jamming to, but you forgot about, right? We forget about all these hits that we grew up around that kind of shaped and molded who we are. And sometimes when you listen to these other obscure radio stations like 91.3 out of Singapore, it brings back a lot of memories. That's what I'm listening to. It's on Apple Music if you want to check it out. Nate, 1, 2, or 3, what do you got?
I got 2, which is what are you watching?
What are you watching, man?
For what are you watching? I'm watching on Amazon right now. They have a show called Alone where they put 10 contestants in the middle of nowhere. This one is in the top of British Columbia, Grizzly Country. and they're survivalists. You need to be a certain level of survivalist to be considered for the $500,000 prize. I like this kind of stuff. It's reality TV that I can kind of relate to. It's not pomp and circumstance. It's actually people trying to get through something challenging, and it's a lot of fun. If you haven't tried it, check out Alone on Amazon. It's worth it. It's actually from the History Channel.
Cool. All right, Pete, I'm going to spin one for you. 1, 2, or 3. I'll let you know. 3, what are you listening to these days, Pete?
It's kind of funny, but I'm actually listening to Morgan Wallen. He's just a great guy.
Who's that?
Country singer. I got kind of changed my roots a little bit.
Cool.
This guy's phenomenal. And the reason why is they tried to cancel culture him when he made a mistake. You know what I mean? And now he's number 1 in the billboards, everything for country music. You got to check him out. Morgan Wallen. He's absolutely phenomenal. And I don't really like country that much, but his music, his artist, it's incredible.
Well, it's funny that you said right
here. Yes. The guy's got a mullet, and he's from Tennessee. Who would have thought? But I tell you what, I'd love to drink a beer with him. His music is absolutely phenomenal.
Absolutely well, it's funny. Yeah, because as we grow up, right, and as we get older, and like I can't relate to guns, beating people up, shooting and killing people, bling bling bitches this, bling bling that, look at my Gucci this, look at my Prada that. I can't relate to any of that stuff. Although I like the beat and I like the rhythmic appreciation of hip hop, the message that they send, I don't necessarily relate to, right? So country music, the words, I wish it was like the beat that came out of hip hop, but the words that came out of country, because that's what I could relate to, right? So,
yes,
I mean, it's weird how we're making that shift, and we're kind of like compromising that country twang for what we normally really like. But I just, the thing is, the more and more I listen to mainstream hip hop and stuff, it's more about, look at me, look at I got, look what you don't. You suck because you don't have this. I'm rich. You're not. Look at, you know what I mean? And it just, the whole, that just doesn't seem right with me. Yet they want to pose as this thing of 100 for everybody, for everybody. It's not for everybody, for everybody. It's for exactly what you want. And it's all about connecting with possessions. But when you get into the country music, it's a little bit speaks more to the heart. I get you, Pete.
Yep.
All right, let's get into this beer. Viva Habanera. Let's whack it down and give it a score, Nate.
Wow, I like this beer.
Unbelievable. Different thing. Look, the taste. I don't know what it tastes like other than heat afterwards. It's a very, very new beer. The rye flavor, the fact that it's brewed with rye, very different. Something that we haven't experienced on this show before. Something I've never experienced before with any beer, just socially gathering, is the heat that comes with it after the sip. I like it. I like it a lot. 4.0.
Yeah, I'm going to go 4.0 as well. I don't know how many of these in a row I can drink, but I really enjoy the heat. And I like the fact I'm enjoying a rye beer. There's a different complexity to the malt bill that I kind of like. So 4.0.
Nice. Pete, what are you giving it?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have that beer, but I'm going to give Maine Brewing Company a 7.0 for my boy Nate.
I love it. I love it. So, Nate, how great is Pete here on the show?
He's great. Awesome, I love it.
Guys, I hope that you're having a good time. Hopefully you're enjoying yourselves wherever you're at in the world. We're here with the second beer. It's the Viva Habanero from Night Shift Brewing in Massachusetts. The price, Nate, what did we pay for this beer?
We didn't. We got it from my friend Anthony Quintiliani, who's from Brockton, Massachusetts. I worked with him at WB Mason back in the early 2000s. He's one of my really good friends. I'm in a fantasy football league with him for the past 18 years or 15 years, something like that. Awesome dude. I asked him if he showed me this beer in a text message one time. I was like, dude, can you send me that? And 3 days later, I had it. So Anthony, Quince, thank you so much. We got it for free, Danny.
Yeah, the free score is always a 5.0, but I checked this one out. It's $3.99. So
Okay.
a little bit expensive, but you know what? Look, this is something that you've never tried before. You've never had heat come out of a beer. You've had heat come out of different drinks. They broke the barrier on this kind of thing. They broke into something new that nobody else is doing. I've tried hundreds of beers, and I've never had the heat come through like this one. I think that's commendable. I think at $3.99 for something new, something strange, it's worthy of a 4.0. Nate?
Yeah, I'm going to go 5.0. My friend sent it to me, so, I got it for free, 5.0.
Okay, nice. Pete, we know what you're giving this lunch. You're giving it a good score. Let's go on the design of this can. I love the cartoon clip art. I love that it's colorful. It brings an essence of what they're doing. It's fire. It's habanero. Look at the habanero pepper. It's got eyeballs. That's pretty cool.
Like the owl.
Or an owl. It's the 10th anniversary, so they let you know. I think that's a really good point to make. Design, great. Don't love it, but I think it's good enough. 3.5.
Yeah, so I really like this design because if you look at the night shift owl, it kind of encapsulates that, but they're doing it in a habanero, I don't know, whatever you call that, habanero way. So for me, I'm going to go 3.5. I think it's really cool.
Nice. All right, accessibility. This beer is not going to get around. It's from Night Shift Brewing. It's a local brewery in Brockton, Massachusetts. So it doesn't get out there like you think it would. Unfortunately, just like the lunch, I'm going to have to strike it at 2.0.
I'm going 2.5. It's from Everett, Massachusetts.
Everett, sorry.
And it's kind of, it's in that area where, on the West Coast, it's San Diego, right, Danny? Like that's the Mecca. But on the East Coast, the Mecca is all of New England. Yeah. Which is really interesting to me. So I understand the accessibility might be limited, but when you go to New England, you got to search for Night Shift Brewing. They got a couple of good things going on there. This is one of them. It's a 10-year anniversary. 2.5.
Nice. TMD X Factor. Look, the fact that it was sent to me, it was free from Nate's friend. That's awesome. I love to review this. But guys, this is something that I've never tried before. I've never had such a bite of hot stuff on a beer. So if you like hot stuff, if you like that pepper flavor, if you like the habanero, they really do a great job, unbelievable job, like an unprecedented job, if you will. Nobody's ever done this, of putting that forefront of that habanero taste and giving you that spicy bite. This beer is phenomenal. I think the TMD X Factor deserves a 4.5.
For me, it's a 5.0. I miss my friend. We used to hang out at the Marriott Marquis on 43rd Street over on 8th Avenue there, right near Times Square. There would be a group of us, me, Rob, Bernie, Seth, Quince, and we were working at WB Mason. This rekindles a lot of those memories. I miss those days living in New York City. So for me, it's 5.0. Thank you so much, Quince. I know you're probably not even watching. We'll see you after, but you sent me this beer, 5.0.
Quince, thank you so much. This score is an 18 for the habanero. Viva Habanero. Great beer from Night Shift Brewing. Absolutely loved it. If you're looking for something spicy, looking for something new to try, I definitely suggest this one. It's not going to hang out in there. It's time to close out the show. And this show quote, I'd like to go ahead, bring the show quote up, then bring Pete back on. Guys, this show quote means a lot to me because of who we have on the show today. So please, wherever you're at in the world, try to relate this with what's going on. And it said this: may the roof above us never fall in, and may we friends gathered below never fall out. And I absolutely love this quote. I mean, it's an old Irish blessing, if you will. It's something that they probably said, I don't know, thousands of years ago in Ireland, hundreds of years ago, when they didn't have all the stuff that we have today. Look, it's pretty easy to connect to people today, especially your friends. And those friends that say, oh, I've been so busy, it's horse shit. Call your friends. Connect with them. Because this quote right here means a lot to me. It says, may the roof under us never fall in. Okay? And yeah, you know what? Sometimes you grow apart, you get away, whatever like that. But quoting these old Irish people thousands or hundreds of years ago, saying, look, I hope this roof never falls in on us. And you know what? May we always be friends gathered and never fall out. Never fall out with your friends. I think that's so important. And anybody that knows me, like truly knows me, is I never fall out with my friends. I always keep it, as consistent as possible. I love my friends. That's why they are my friends. I'll always be loyal to that. And I think this quote really helps with that. And having Pete here on the show today really brings that into perspective with us. Guys, I had an amazing time. Obviously, Nate here each and every week is my best friend. Pete, thank you so much for being on the show. I just can't say how happy it was. We had some, long show, over 2 hours.
Yeah.
2-hour show, man. That's you know what? But now we have it, and it's here, and it's recorded
Forever.
And the feeling that I got with you right before the show is that, look, we never fell out. We never had a problem. We always enjoy each other's company. We're here to drink beers even after 15, 20 years. I don't know how many years we haven't talked, but I hope we can rekindle that. And I'm looking forward to that plane ticket. I got you on the clock right now.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. And as you know me, I'm a man of my word. No matter what it is, good, bad, ugly, 100%. I'm getting you guys a plane ticket to come out. This has been phenomenal. Just to rekindle. Like, it sucks that we're drinking beers through a computer, but I will say 20 years ago, we wouldn't have been able to do this. So
That's right.
I am happy with that aspect. And I feel like we're just sitting right next to each other, drinking beers, talking shit, whatever. It's just been phenomenal. I think what you guys do on this show, bringing people around to different kinds of beers. Look, you brought Massachusetts, Maine to Vegas to LA to wherever, other people are watching to the show is phenomenal. I look forward to being on more of them. And this has just been incredible. When Nate reached out to me on Thursday, said it was kind of great. I said, yes, 100%. This is phenomenal. I can't thank you guys enough. It made my year just to see you guys hanging out with you guys. Man. I miss you guys tremendously. It brought back all the feels that I had 20 years ago with you guys. And like you said, we picked right back up like I talked to you an hour ago. You know what I mean? So it was phenomenal, and thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, Pete. Yeah, that's so true, man. I'm going to let Nate say his word, and then I'm going to close it out. So, Nate, you got anything to say?
I mean, Pete said it all. It's all about friendship. And, the great thing about good friends is you can go 20 years between seeing each other and still have a kinship, still have a friendship, and it still means something. And that's what Pete brought to the table here today. And we will go out there and see you.
100%.
The plane ticket, that's immaterial to me. We will go out there and we will see you. We want to hang out with you. We want to go expose everybody to the world that you're living in and how we see it through our eyes. And we're excited about that. So thank you so much for joining. And we hope to have you on the show again.
Perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely, Pete. We're definitely going to bring you on. And Nate's 100% correct. Like, listen, those numbers, they're all in the meta universe. We'll buy the fucking ticket. We're coming to see you in Maine. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for being on the show. It's been an awesome time. Nate, thank you for all your great stuff. He just doesn't know which way. Mikey's food porn. Welcome back to the show. Thank you so much, Pete Wright. We're going to bring you back. We're going to do a call back. Thank you so much. The show next week, Nate, what are we doing? Saturday or Sunday? You call it.
Saturday.
Saturday it is. Please join us next week, Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you so much, Pete Wright, for being on the show. We look forward to reuniting in person. Nate, as always, it's been a great show. Phil, wish you were beer. Thank you so much. Let's link up here in LA. Thank you, everybody. I'm Travel Man Dan. And remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it. Bye, guys.
See you guys. Awesome.